Hello. You guys are taking forever to get here. What's going on over there?
We had to join this class. It wasn't there, and we had to wait.
I forget where it's at.
What letter is on your desk? A B?
Mine's a B.
Yeah.
Then you're right there. I just couldn't remember if it was A's or B's. No, you're right. You're right. I just didn't remember where I had you guys sitting. That's all. Huh? Yeah, they should all say B. I just couldn't remember if I had you in the A or the B, and I couldn't remember where ours is at. Yeah.
Levi's not here.
I was walking in the hallway and someone was walking so fast and they like kicked my shoulder.
Mine was so close.
Good thing you didn't. I'm so happy to see you all here on this nice 2-hour delay day. We get to sleep in. We feel good.
I forgot to. I set my alarm to the wrong time.
My alarm went off earlier this morning too.
Oh, I wish I could.
But I read the email wrong last night and I thought we were completely virtual for today, and it wasn't until they called me for the 2-hour delay that I realized I had to
My
be
dad
there.
did that too.
So I was like, oh shoot, I almost didn't show up to work yesterday tomorrow.
Read the text for her.
Yeah. That's what I did too. And I was like,
Yeah,
I
tried to jump.
thought that didn't happen. Would have been a mess. So welcome back.
No.
What a weird year, huh? You guys can go ahead and log in to the Nearpod. I don't know how much we're gonna get through today. We're just gonna practice with some of the stuff that we've been doing, which is multiplying and dividing. But we're gonna look at some algebra type stuff.
Yeah.
So fun. We love it. What is that noise? Is that you?
Me? No, that's actually not me.
What is that like video noise sound?
Yeah, this one.
I'm going nuts. But go ahead and log in. We're just gonna see how long or how much we get through. It's 10:22 right now. We're only in here until 10:47.
So how long is that?
25 minutes.
I
Yes.
was close. I said we're just gonna have class for 20 minutes.
The code for the Nearpod is 2ZT.
How can you see that?
2ZT. What?
3.
3N. 3N. Once we get done with the slides today, there is some practice problems posted. You guys, I'll have a paper copy printed out for you when you come back, because you prefer that, right? If you guys at home just have the PDF that's uploaded there. However much we get through today, I might tell you that you don't have to do all of the homework because I just don't know how much we're gonna get through, honestly. But we're gonna first, did something ding everyone? What's that say? Oh, well, there's Levi. What are the orders of operations? So we're gonna go through some algebra type problems that we've seen before, like x plus y minus z, and I give you values for x and y and stuff like that. But in order to do that today, we do need to remember what the orders of operation are. So, how about, what are the orders of operation? Or what is anything that you remember about the orders of operation? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. I do like the pictures. PEMDAS, we remember. Does anybody remember? Did you always learn it as PEMDAS? Or did you learn? Yeah, that's how I learned it. Maybe that's really old. Do they teach you that anymore? They do. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay. What is special about multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction?
Wait, I'm not in.
It's okay. We're just talking. I think I decided that I like to start with these. Levi, what the heck? Relevant. I like the pictures if they're relevant. What do we have to remember about multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction when we're doing the orders of operation? You can type your answer on this screen even if you're at home and you understand the question that I'm asking. What is special about multiplication and division? Oh, I like how that one is explained. I like how you did that one, Brooke.
Does it tell you like who says everything?
On my screen it does, yeah. You guys can't see, but I can see everybody. It's like I see that you did the first one. That's how I know if someone does something goofy or crazy or that you're gonna get in trouble for, which Typically your class doesn't. My 6th period I have to watch out for sometimes. But yeah, like I bet RJ did this little football player person. What's it say? Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Somebody answer my question. Do we not know? What do we have to remember about the multiplication and the division or the addition and subtraction in the orders of operation? Brooke?
So it doesn't have to be like the multiplication and the division first, it's just like whatever one is first.
Right. So if we look at like one of these pictures that somebody posted that's all color coded, the reason multiply and divide are both in red is because it doesn't matter which one you do first with multiplication or division. It's whichever one is written first. So when you get down to just multiplication and division, you're always going left to right. Same for addition and subtraction, which is why those are both color coded in blue. Add and subtract. Addition does not always come before subtraction. It's whichever one is written first on the problem. So you're always going left to right when you're multiplying and dividing, always going left and right whenever you're doing subtraction. Who did that one? See, I have too many things that I'm scrolling. Okay, and any last minute additions to the screen that we want to add? We do like the pictures. Do you have your iPad?
No.
Where is it?
Home.
At home. Why? What good is it doing there? Okay, so that's the main thing. Again, we're gonna go through some problems where I'm gonna give you values for like A, B, and C, and you're gonna have to plug them in and evaluate, which we've done before, but now we're doing positives and negatives, so you do wanna remember these orders of operations. Parentheses come first, then your exponents, then multiplication or division, then addition and subtraction. Okay, keep in mind that I am aware of everybody's names on these. It is not an anonymous thing, and if something occurs on this that requires you to have to go down to the office, that will happen. I like doing these and I like making it interactive, but we have to understand where the line is. Understand? Okay, perfect. Moving
I
on.
didn't do it, I swear.
I'm gonna see who did it once this class is over.
One.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so we have these 3 problems. I'm gonna go through these with you. Oh, look, I got a new Apple Watch on Valentine's Day and I don't know how to use it yet. And now Siri just started talking to me. Look, she just said I don't know how to help you.
Siri,
I was like, who's talking?
say hey Siri.
No.
Just watch, it's a voice, okay?
I'm gonna go through these 3 with you, and then I'm gonna give you 3 more on the next screen that you can kind of go through on your own. So if you just wanna watch, if you wanna write it along with me, that's also fine. But we have that x is equal to 8, y is equal to -4. So if we have something like this, do we remember how to solve or simplify an algebra problem like this? What is it actually asking us to do? Do we know?
8 divided by 2 times -4.
All it's asking us to do is to take those values and plug them into the problem. So x is 8, so I'm gonna replace the x with an 8. I'm gonna keep the 2. And then this is saying 2 times y is -4. So you're gonna notice that whenever I do multiplication, I do a lot of parentheses. That's how you would write 2 multiplication problems.
We know.
If you have a big fraction like this in terms of your orders of operation, simplify everything in the top first, simplify everything in the bottom, and then reduce the fraction. So the top is just an 8. The bottom says 2 times -4. So what is 2 times -4? Setting the world on fire here today, guys. 2 times -4. What? 2 times -4. What's 2 times 4? 8. So what's 2 times -4? -8. So then we would simplify this as the next step and say 8 over -8. A fraction like that is just a big division problem. So what is 8 divided by -8?
12. 16.
Oh boy.
40.
Oh boy. So again, with your multiplication and division, think about it in two ways. So think about just the number first. What's 8 divided by 8? 1. And then just ask if it's going to be positive or negative. So if I have a positive divided by a negative, what's your answer always going to be? Negative. Always negative. Positive, negative, stays negative. 2 negatives make a positive. For number 2, we're going to take those same values and plug them in. And again, every time I plug something in, I'm using parentheses. So I see this minus sign, I see an X, so I'm gonna plug an 8 in there. Plus 12 divided by Y, I'm gonna plug in a -4. So now what do my orders of operation tell me to do first? Parentheses, there's no problem inside of the parentheses. I just have an 8 and I just have a -4, so then what always comes second? Exponents. My exponent is attached to the 8. Does anybody remember what your exponent actually tells you to do?
8 times 8.
8 times 8, so we wanna make sure we're not doing 8 times 2 and getting 16, we're doing 8 times 8. So what is 8 times 8? 64. Whenever you're doing your orders of operation problem, do one step at a time, and then bring everything else down along with it, and then think, well, what's your next step now? So right now I have an addition problem and a division problem. What always comes first between addition and division? So if we grab these two, 12 divided by -4. It's 12 divided by 4. 3. Positive divided by a negative is what? Always negative, so that's going to be a -3. So then bring everything else down. So you can see you still want to remember your addition and subtraction rules. It's -64 plus -3.
67.
Add them and we get 67. And then is it going to be a positive or a negative?
Positive.
If I'm $64 in debt and I spend another $3.
I thought you were, I get confused with the divide.
I know. There are a lot of rules that we're doing now, which is why we're going to do a lot of practice like this. Because when we're multiplying, we do 2 negatives make a positive. But if we're just adding, again, think about it in terms of money. If I'm $67 in debt and I spend $3 more and further in debt.
Lunch is short.
Lunch is the same amount of time.
No.
Yay.
It's 30 minutes. It's always 30 minutes.
I'm not paying attention.
I don't think it's enough time either. I think it should be 2 hours.
Lunch?
Number 3. Yeah. Plug your numbers in first. 2y means 2 times y. So we're going to do 2 times -4 over x, which is an 8. So your first step for these is always going to be just to plug in all of your numbers. Plus, there's another x, so I have 8 squared minus y is -4. So minus -4. That's a 4. So let me write 2 up. Okay, orders of operation, what comes first? Parentheses. There's nothing to do in your parentheses because there's just numbers. So then what comes second? Okay, so again, it's 8 squared, so we're doing that same thing. So I have 2 times -4. It's harder to write on than my normal board. Plus, what's 8 squared again? 64. I know, but I meant like the program. Normally I don't write in Nearpod whenever I teach with you guys.
Okay, messing up, but yay.
I know, there's like a glitch on this side of the board. So now I have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So what comes first? Multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction? Which ones do we do first? Right, so I can take care of this big, ginormous fraction. 2 times -4 is what?
12.
It's 8, but is it positive or negative? -8. So now I'm going to do this all in one step because my pen's kind of breaking. So what is -8 divided by 8? -8 divided by 8. 1, positive or negative? Right. So 1, I'm sorry, you can't really see that color. It's -1. Gosh. I thought this would be easier and it's not. Plus 64 minus -4. I am going to change the color because I know we can't see that. So if I'm stuck between addition and subtraction, what do you have to do first? Because that's all that I have left. -1 plus 64 minus -4.
Left to right.
Left to right. So what is -1 plus 64?
70.
63, because we're subtracting. 64 minus 1 is 63. Minus, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. What is 63 minus -4? What is our rule for subtracting a negative? If I see those two minus signs next to each other, what do they turn into? An addition sign. So really now it's just 63 plus 4. So what is 63 plus 4? 67. Okay, so that's your final answer. So I am going to switch your screen to give you some of these to do on your own. And that way I can switch my pens around. So you have three very similar. A is equal to -18, B is equal to -6. So I want you to tell me what A divided by B is for number 5, A divided by 6 divided by 3, and then for number 6, it's B squared divided by A plus 4. So I'm gonna give you 4 minutes to do these on your own, and then we're gonna go over them, and that's honestly all that we're gonna have time for. 4 minutes to do them on your own, which takes us to 10:40. 4 minutes to go over them, and then there's 3 minutes left in class.
So A equals -8.
A is equal to -18, B is equal to -6. So question 4 says, what is A divided by B?
Wait, if there's a thing here. 2?
18 divided by 6. How by 6 is 6, 12,
Oh, I thought you said 8.
18.
I'm bored.
Oh, that's
I'm bored.
Yeah,
I'm confused. I'm bored, I eat. I'm confused.
What's A equal to?
5.
18,
What's B equal to?
-6.
So then what's 18, or -18 divided by -6? Three minutes to finish them, 3 minutes to go over them, and then I'll explain what the homework is because we're not going to get through all the homework.
You do this to torture us, right?
Shorten your homework assignments for the day and give you 40 minutes in class to do your homework? Not quite.
You did it perfect.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
I'm guessing. Everybody should at least be able to do step 1. Step 1 says take all of those letters and replace them with the numbers.
Like I said, Sky said it's not like Sage's choking. He's choking on
It's a
air.
normal day. Everybody should at least have step 1 written down where you're replacing all of those letters with the numbers that they represent.
So just get 4 done.
Huh?
Basically, just get the number 4.
No, the first step for each problem, replace all of your variables or your letters with the numbers.
Is good enough?
No.
Doing the small stuff.
B squared
Yes, it's.
is 36. Divided by. You're just stuck because you don't know the division.
I'm just confused.
36 and 18 is 10.
4, 6.
Okay, a minute to finish up whatever you're writing. Period today is only 25 minutes. Which is why you have a minute left to do these. We'll go over them in 3 minutes and then I'll explain what your homework is and then the end of the class.
Yay.
That was hard.
The third one is hard.
The third one was hard. Okay, you got us, the third was a little hard.
I'm doing a quick.
I got stuck with the revision. I thought I did it wrong, so I thought I was like doing it double.
Actually, that's just gonna be easier. Okay, number 4 says A divided by B, so what number do I replace the A with?
-18.
-18. Divided by, what number do I replace the B with?
-6.
-6. So again, think about it in 2 steps. First, what is 18 divided by 6? 3. You do have to know your multiplication, so if that is something that you feel like you are struggling with here, you need to do some practice here. Negative divided by a negative, is it a positive or a negative? It's always a positive. Those are the rules that you want to remember in this section. 2 negatives, multiplying or dividing makes a positive. For number 5, what do I replace the A with? It's A divided by 6 and then divided by 3 again.
-18.
So what do I plug? Oh, yeah. -18. Again, step number 1 is something everybody's going to be able to do. Just rewrite the problem, replacing the letters with the numbers. Then do your orders of operation. Again, if you see a big fraction, do the top first and then the bottom, and then just simplify your fraction. So what is -18 divided by 6? So 2 steps. First, 18 divided by 6 is what? We just did it. 3. But if it's a negative divided by a positive, what do you get? -3. Keep everything else the same. What is -3 divided by 3? Right, so first do 3 divided by 3, which is 1. And then a negative divided by a positive is always something negative. You don't have to do it in 2 steps if you know the rules. But sometimes it just makes it easier. Okay. I know, it's something over on that side. So I'm gonna come through and do number 6. Do number 6 up here because it's easier to write. B squared. B is -6. So it's telling me to do -6 squared. Again, I always want to plug things into parentheses so that I'm doing the orders of operation correctly. Divided by A, which is -18, plus 4. What am I going to do first? There's an exponent, there's division, and there's addition.
6 times 6.
Okay, so I have -6 times -6. So what is -6 times -6?
36.
The value of it is 36. But if I have 2 negatives and I multiply them, do I get a positive or a negative?
Positive.
Right. So then keep everything else the same. Now I want to do my division. So what is 36 divided by 18? 2. Positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative, because 1 positive and 1 negative stays negative. So then I have -2 plus 4, which is what? You're at -2 and you add 4. 2. Rules say to subtract them. 4 minus 2 is 2. Keep the bigger sign so you get +2. So there are a lot of different rules that we need to keep track of. 2 negatives make a positive. A negative and a positive stays negative.
Can you submit that
Okay.
now?
You can submit that now. Okay, there are only 4 minutes left in this class. So you guys, I'm gonna get started on the homework when we come back for 9th period, so you don't have to worry about anything else. You guys that are at home, when it comes to the homework, you are only doing the problems that look like this because we didn't get through everything. So you are only doing problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the homework. Okay? We didn't do anything else. You guys are gonna be in the same boat, but you just don't have to worry about that until we come back. But those of you that are at home, you can get started on the practice worksheet that's posted. You're only doing questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. The answer key is gonna get posted. I'm gonna record that next period. You guys, we're just gonna do it together when we come back to the 9th period. Only 1, 2, 3, and 4.
See, I thought it would be easier to.
Use that, but that wasn't very easy to write on.
We go to our day 2 special.
Oh yeah. So whenever we have school on Wednesday, where do we go for special? Because we don't have specials on Wednesday.
Wow.
That's true.
That, yeah, I'll
Wait,
try and
where?
ask somebody that question. I have no idea. That is a
Like, it
great
goes like-
question.
I feel like that's
go
sarcasm.
gym, band.
No, I like
Gym
gym
band.
That is a genuine.
Band, and there'll be 2 days of band, and 2 days.
I will try to find an answer to that. Because that is a good point. Because what do you guys normally do?
I do gym, Yeah, gym, band, nothing, gym, band.
Nothing.
That's how mine is, because I do porch and then nothing on porch. Like, we have nothing on Wednesdays for like specials. So
I'll try and, cause that's next week, right?
Yeah,
So it's my homework, so I'm gonna put that on the list, I made a whole list of things.
yesterday was my birthday and I had marble cake for it.
You like marble cake?
It's good, yeah.
This grant,
I like marble cake.
Your shield?
shield.
Go ahead. Parker, it's almost your birthday. Are you excited?
Oh yeah, my half birthday's on February 14th, I turned 12 and a half. Now,
Where do they go 24th Wednesday for specials? That's like a big thing to figure out, because if I had to guess, it's gonna be a disaster every day, and we're still not gonna know what you guys and then.
I want to get snow day. If it's like a snow day that day, that would be hilarious. Just like snowball.
Cause they're just trying to like, they're trying to get us in school for missing so much and then we just like have to go out again.
I'm actually gonna send an email out right now, but I just am trying to think about who the best person to send an email like that to is.
I'll ask my gym teacher, she might know. Or my band teacher, I have a band today.
President.
Band today.
Maybe I'll start there, maybe I'll start with your special teachers, and then they can progress it along. Maybe I'll copy it. from
Just
Secretary
go
of Education. Klondike, you guys
Miss
have it.
Klondike and Miss, I forget my gym teacher.
I'll try to figure it out for you guys.
Yeah, oh yeah, the band, go.
I will see you guys later. Enjoy your morning.